Welcome back. I'm gonna get some more done on this today. I'm gonna get a little bit more done on this. I think I need to get back on with an over. Pleased to be back. It's been way too long since I last did a video. 2 weeks is not working for us because clearly, as you tell from last week when I should have had an upload, it's been more like 3 weeks. Just be quite honest, I wouldn't say I've lost motivation. I've just been so chocker busy doing other things, getting busy with other things. So I think I'm going to try and get back on 1 week uploads for you, just to keep the content flowing out. So since you were last here, time belt's been done. If you didn't see the video, I would say I'll put a link up, but I'll probably forget. There is a video on when I did time belt. I put it all back together again now. It's all running sweet as a nut. I've got one more thing left to do on the service, which is change the fuel filter. Quick 10-minute job. I'm hoping for this to be put back on the road this week. I know it should have been on the road a couple of weeks ago, but again, I've been so busy doing other things, just haven't had time to do it. But I'm hoping to get it back on the road this week because first show of the year's booked. Roll on start of July? Roll on start of July. Yeah, can't wait. So give us a month or so shakedown. We are taking it away, not this weekend, but next weekend. So I need it running, basically I need it running this week. Long story short, me and the wife are going away for it next weekend. So, what I'm planning to do in this video, as anybody who has one of these knows anything about them, they do tend to like to be run a little bit hot. I'm not a big fan of the heat. Obviously, I know they should get up to temperature, but there's up to temperature and there's sort of, you know, your butt starts nipping a bit when you're in traffic and it's just touching on the red a little bit. It's not so pleasant. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and just lower the heat down a little bit in there. Now, I've got a plan for the cooling system, which I've told you about. I believe I've got a couple of 2 fans. I'm going to change from 1 single fan. Going to change over to 2 fans. But what we're going to do is we're going to run a little experiment. So we're going to shut the bonnet, stick a temperature probe in. I'll probably just tape it somewhere, probably in the middle of the bonnet somewhere. Shut the bonnet, run it up to temperature until the fan cuts in, then record the temperature on the multimeter so we can see exactly what sort of temperatures they're dealing with under there. We'll try and keep the situation the same. So as the car is, just stand still. Obviously, I know it'll probably run a little bit cooler when it's driving, but I want to just see what sort of temperatures they'll get up to. So I'm going to run it in until the fan cuts in, see what sort of temperature it is. Then, what we're going to do, something that I bought, I'll put a link down below. There's some exhaust wrap, heat wrap tape off eBay. More out of curiosity than anything else, we'll just see what sort of temperatures this drops down to. So I'm going to wrap the front pipe because there was 1 or 2 comments about the shady welding on the front pipe. People didn't like it, so I'm figuring, cover it up, can't be seen, it's not a problem. No, long story short, basically I'm going to wrap the front pipes, try and get the temperature out, so stop the heat getting into there in the first place, try and keep the temperature down. So we'll do another test once I've wrapped the front pipe, see what sort of temperature that runs at, and then obviously we've then got a baseline to work from there. We'll see what sort of effect fitting the fans has and so on and so on, and we'll just see if we can actually get the temperature down a little bit first. So basically, first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the probe under there, just drop the bonnet down, hooked up the multimeter, and we'll just record the temperature when the fan cuts in, run the engine up, record temperature when the fan cuts in. So that's what we're going to be getting on with right now. So there we go. I think that was around 58 degrees C when the fan cut in. Hopefully we can bring that down a bit. Obviously it's shot up to 62 because when the fan cuts in, it draws air in through the radiator, and the plan is it blows it out the back of the engine compartment, so that's why the engine bay got a bit hotter. But what we're going to do now is we're going to fit the exhaust wrap to the front pipe and run the experiment again, see what happens. Science. I've removed the front pipe. I've had my wrap soaking in a bit of water just to wet it up, because the idea is if you wet it up, once it goes on wet, once you start to run it, it'll get hot and it'll actually shrink. So as tight as you put it on wet, once you run it and it shrinks, it should grip on that a little bit tighter again. Now, you have to bear with us. It's been a lot of years since I've wrapped one of these, so I'm going to try and go again. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to wrap this section here, from here down to as tight in there as I can get it. I'll start here probably, wrap up over and then come back over the top of it again so that it holds it in tight there. No. I've got enough stainless steel ties. I think what I'll do is I'll just put a tie on the top and a tie on the bottom, and then same here on the front section of it, tie on the top, tie just before the flexi, because what I'm going to do just before the flexi there, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the flexis exposed rather than put the heat wrap around them, just to allow them to do what they want to do, because I'm figuring that movement in the heat wrap will eventually sort of give it up. Tie it from there, roll all the way down. I get to about here, I'll double wrap it, bring it down to a single, down to there, and then another tie back at the back. Sorry about the camera angle on that, it was all a bit hoo-ha. So first thing you want to do is cut, where are we at there? Cut yourself a length of the wrap. Take out the little nail that they put in, because you don't want that. I think probably, I don't know. Let's just have a guess at that much. So, as I said, it's been a long time since I've wrapped one of these. Try and keep it as tight as you possibly can. What I'm doing is I'm trying to sort of half overlap the wrapping. Obviously, gets a bit fun when you get to the corners, because you've got to kind of effectively start and fold it in. When we rewind, feels so nice. With time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how. Got this sweet There we have it. It's not the mega prettiest, but it's wrapped. As I said, I've come from here, I've gone from this one, double wrapped it to that point there so as to get the joint in. I've managed to get a clip on the end of either one. I didn't on this one because I started wrapping it about here. I wrapped up and then back over on itself again. That's actually more solid than what some of these other ones are. But that's it. Popped 3 clips on the back just purely because I had an extra clip, and I just thought maybe to hold the long length. I have no idea how long this will last or if it'll even have an effect, but you know, we shall see. Alright, so we've took the exhaust off, we've wrapped it, refit the exhaust back on. Gonna quickly run it up now, same test conditions, up off the ground, same as it was before. The bonnet's not quite shut properly, no front bumper on, starting from cold. So we're gonna run it the same again. We'll monitor we'll monitor the gauge, temperature gauge, and just see what sort of temperatures it puts out under the bonnet. Best case scenario, we're gonna lose 1 or 2 degrees heat. Worst case scenario, it's not gonna be any different, you know. At least then the exhaust wrap looks a lot better. Right, we'll get on, we'll get it metered. Well, wasn't that just a confusing result? So, same conditions, you should expect to see at least some difference or no difference at all, certainly not to make it hotter. I don't understand how that exhaust wrap has actually made it hotter, but when the fan cut in, so without the wrap it come to 58 degrees, give or take. Now when the fan cut in it went up to 62 degrees, I noticed, give or take. Obviously we're not dealing in science equipment here, it's just quite basic cheap stuff. So 4 degrees rise when the fan cut in. Obviously makes sense, blowing hot air through the engine compartment, warm the engine compartment up. It's supposed to vent out through the wheels, so obviously as you're travelling it'll vent out and cool off. Anyway, but with the exhaust wrap on, it came to 60 degrees. Then when the fan cut in, it went to 61, just blipped up into 62. So it was only a 2 degree rise with the exhaust wrap on. So I don't know if we're going to count that as a win or a lose, I'll be quite honest with you. Time will tell. I mean, I'm leaving it on the car anyway. Once I start using the car, then we'll see exactly what's happening. But I mean, that was a little bit confusing. You would have expected, as I say, either be the same or at least have brought it down a tiny little bit, but it just doesn't seem to have done that at all. So anyway, yeah. So we are. I'm trying to bring out the videos for you guys as much as I physically can, but I'm just so busy with work life and home life at the minute. I'm really struggling to keep up with the frequency of videos. Anyway, as I said at the start of the video, I'm going to try and get back into a weekly routine to get it done. See how that goes. I'll try what I can. If I can't get them out, then sorry, you know, unfortunately I can't get them out. I would like to thank all the new subscribers once again. You guys keeping us motivated, and we will be getting back onto the Nova quite soon. However, as I say, I want to get this done because I've got a car show coming up with this in just over 6 weeks' time. It's the VBOA National Rally. I'll put a link down below in the description. Absolutely classic show. I've been going for like the last 20 odd years. It's just a nice, relaxed kind of weekend. You know, you get together, a bunch of mates, chill out in the field. Maybe somebody has a little bit to drink. Who knows? Anyway, I'll probably bring you a video from there. Probably do a video. Might even do a little bit of live stream. Who knows? I might give it a go. See how that works. But anyway, yeah. So the plan is to get this one back on the road for then, because this is obviously my show car at the time being. It is just about done. I'm literally, exhaust wrap's done now. All I've got to do is put the front bumper back on. I've got a fuel filter still to change on it. Literally about an hour's worth of work, if that. And then that's it. We're back on the road. So we'll hopefully give this one a little bit of shakedown time in the meantime to make sure it goes. Once I get it on the road, I do still have the chipped ECU to go on and try. But obviously I want to make sure I'm just running fault free with this first before I go and change more things, just in case there's one thing or another that's caused the problems. Anyway, yeah, I digress. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of the video. If it was any good, then fantastic. If it was no good for you and you know you're not enjoying it, then I'm sorry. But if you let us know where I'm going wrong, then that's the only way that I can improve, make these videos better for you. Yeah, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. See you later.